everybody, welcome to the Mudjog One channel. I am your host. Today we're gonna do my first dipping experience video. So before we get started, last video, I bought a bunch of random chew and dip that we are going to be reviewing over the next coming videos. Basically, I'm gonna pull out a random dip or chew and I'm gonna do a review on it. Chris Dips will put a photo up here of the pile of dip and chew. But I had a lot of requests for me to do the Hockin Wintergreen off of that last video, the comments, etc. Well, Hockin was my first dip I ever did, and so I figured I'd pull that one out. But from now on, it'll all be random. So, my first dipping experience. Now, I'm looking at this can. I haven't had Hockin in a while. I think I maybe had a year ago. 61% US tobacco and 39% imported fucking tobacco. You know, they're fucking selling out on us, number one. But I want to know where the fuck is that 39% coming from? Because if it's coming from some shithole fucking country that has West Nile and fucking Zika virus flying around, I don't know if I'm real comfortable about putting this shit in my lip. So, nonetheless, this is... The fuck, did you know American Snuff now, Chris?
Yeah, oh yeah, I think it's always been American Snuff.
Oh shit, I thought Pinkerton or some one of those cheese dicks owned this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, American Snuff. No shit.
It's actually considered a chew too.
Oh yeah. It says chewing tobacco. Yeah, well, it's waxy and it's fucking chunky and molassesy. So we're gonna crack this motherfucker, and then I'll tell you my story about my first dipping experience ever. So, the can's pretty tits. Is that a black powder gun? I don't fucking know. I don't know this old shit. Some know-it-all tell me in the notes, but nonetheless, we're gonna crack this. Now, a lot of people were asking where I got all that tobacco from. Well, I did order it from the northerner.com. You can get shit on there, but their prices are really, really high, and their shipping is what hoses you. I mean, it rails you in the booty hole, no Vaseline. So we're gonna pack us a lip. Now, this stuff, it looks like it's not a long cut. It's more of it's almost like a fat cut. Like a fatter cut than Tough Guy, actually. Wouldn't you say, Chris?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that brings back some memories right there. This has a specific wintergreen flavor to it, in my opinion. Yeah, this fucking can must be 39% imported too. Won't even close properly. Made in China shit. Mudjug of the day. The brand new military OD green Cerakote splatter. This thing is sick. Comes with the Cerakote splattered funnel as well. Not getting much juice. I don't even know if I need to spit with this shit, Chris. It's like candy. I'll swallow it. Yeah. The nicotine content on this is 0.7, I think it was, Chris, if my memory serves me correctly. 0.7 milligrams of nicotine per serving. I don't know what size a fucking serving is. It's really waxy, so you gotta get it, you gotta get it real wet, you know what I'm saying? Before it starts to tits money. So on to my first dipping experience. So when I was I think I was about 10. I'm not quite sure. I might have been 11, but when I was 10, 11 years old, I had a 22 already. I think I had a pellet gun when I was 8 years old, and I had a 22 when I was about 10. And then I think I got my next gun was a 243 Bruno. That was at 12. I don't even know. But nonetheless, I used to walk around and just shoot everything that fucking moved. There wasn't a bird, a squirrel, a beaver, a raccoon, a porcupine, a coyote within 30 miles of my fucking house. Well, I wouldn't say 30 miles, but a couple, okay? And I used to walk around, shoot shit all the fucking time. And I used to drive around on my little dirt bike and as well. There's a little bit of juice. If you guys want to spit black, don't get into this Hockin, I'll tell you that. One day I was in the shop, in the machine shop, where my dad kept the tractors and shit, and I was rooting around, and I was always fucking tinkering on shit, and I was rarely inside. We had 3 channels as a kid, as far as TV growing up. I mean, what the fuck you gonna watch on 3 channels? Plus, my dad used to make me do a ton of work, because he was gone working overseas a lot, so I had to handle all the shit on the farm while he was gone at fucking 10 years old. So one day I was tinkering around. I think I was looking for something to shoot or something in the shop, some junk or whatever, in the junk pile, something to shoot at. And I came across a 5-can sleeve Hockin wintergreen. And my dad wasn't a dipper or chewer. I never ever saw him with a lip in. He was a smoker. I'll tell you that, he smoked for many years, doesn't smoke anymore, I came across this fucking log of this, and I could feel it in my soul. It just went, oh, it was like a fucking genie. It was like a magic bottle and a genie popped out of it. So, guess what I did? I did one of these, looked around. I didn't have to really worry about my dad a lot because he was rarely home when I was a kid. So, pulled out that sleeve, grabbed me a can of Hockin, cracked that can, and smell that wintergreen goodness. And I think that's one of the reasons why I've been used to be hooked on wintergreen for so many years. And I'll tell you my evolution as far as how I transformed as a dipper. So I grabbed the can, cracked that bitch, put in a lip, 10, 11 years old, and I felt like Clint Eastwood, baby. So I walked around with my gun, had that lip in, and then I started to get a little bit of a buzz. But Hockin, even at 10, 11 years old, there's fucking so little nicotine in this stuff that it didn't really have that much of an effect on me. I started feeling a little bit woozy, a little bit of a buzz, and I just walked around. Maybe it wasn't the right thing to do with a 22, 10 years old, shooting shit, half high on nicotine. But hey, it worked. I never threw up on my first dip, probably because it was this pussy shit. But at 10 years old, what do you expect, right? But I milked that 5-can log. Oh my gosh. I think I probably milked that shit for at least 6 months. And then when it was gone, so was my dipping habit, because I couldn't get any more. So when I was about, I want to say 15 years old, I started working for a company that built fences. So we're making fences, and there was a couple guys on there that used to get this stuff. Now, this stuff was hard to get, but a few guys could get it. Oh my God, Hockin? You got Hockin? Oh shit, I gotta have a pinch of that. So I started packing lips of Hockin and started to get guys to get it for me and bumming it off guys. I think that probably lasted 2 years, and then from there, I started working on the drilling rigs, and I couldn't get this shit anymore. So I had to switch to Red Man Chew, spitting like a fucking alien. So from Red Man Chew, I was finally able later on to get Hockin. So I started doing Hockin again. And then from there, I changed to, follow me now, don't laugh, Skull Cherry, Skull Mint, Skull Apple, Skull Peach, back to Skull Mint. Then I was like, fuck this, I need some wintergreen. So then I went to Grizzly wintergreen. Then Copenhagen wintergreen came out. And then good old Copenhagen long cut. And that's what I dipped today. This stuff has after it gets soaked, it has a little bit of a similar taste to, I want to say like the old Camel wide cut. A little bit of a tobacco-y flavor. Like a lot of times wintergreen just tastes like wintergreen. You can't really taste the tobacco. Maybe it's the molasses, huh, Chris?
Probably.
I don't know, it just tastes like something's different in there, like a little bit more tobacco-y flavor. Kind of maybe a little bit like Grizzly Dark Wintergreen, would you say, Chris?
I haven't had that in a while, so I have to try that.
Okay, so you'll have to try this shit. But for a wintergreen, I really like the flavor. It's just the texture's a little, and you couldn't really chew. You'd have to put a whole fucking can to put it in your cheek. You know, it's kind of a side dipper dip. But, I mean, out of a wintergreen, I'd probably give it just because it doesn't have a lot of strength to it, I'd probably give it a 7.5 out of 10. That'd be my review. I do like the way the can looks, you know, sends me back 50 years to when I was a kid. Kind of shitty can, but, you know, Grizzly cans are fucking same. So, you know, what do you do? It's made by the same company that makes Grizzly. So, we usually do picks of the week. So, here are picks of the week. Did you guys watch the last NASCAR race? How Kyle Busch, caution came out, six laps to go, and Kyle Busch ended up not winning because of Joey Logano causing the caution. I love it! I love it! So that's it for my fancy, boring, first dipping experience. That's when I started, and that's how I progressed. And gosh, it's been, what, 20 years I've been dipping now? I don't even know. I can't even keep track. But get yourself some Hawken if you can. It is pretty hard to find, unless you live in buttfuck Kentucky. Somebody commented, hey, I live in Kentucky. I just say buttfuck Kentucky because that's the first thing that comes to mind. I'm not saying Kentucky's any worse than California, because California, we know, sucks. Grab yourself a military OD green Cerakote splatter mud jug. Code is military for 15% off. Those things are sexy. The sniper, yeah, the sniper version of that, the black, dark gray sniper version of the Cerakote splatter sound like a banshee too, so.
The detail on this is ridiculous, man.
I have a feeling that's going to do real well.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I got shit to do. Always be a man and reach for that Hawken can. Because if it ain't dip, it ain't shit. If you ain't packing, you slacking. And you better start dipping at 10 if you want to be real men. I'm out. I want to know what's the most popular out of this weird shit. Chattanooga 2. Oh, Granger Select Premium Leaf. This shit probably all tastes the fucking same. Guess what? Guess what it tastes like, Chris? Raisins. Mail pouch. I don't even know if I've had this